Yo, 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 what up? This is Scoozy, and I'm back with a brand new episode from the Primecraft server. Now, behind me, you'll see what we worked on last episode, the rocket shop. And we busted that out pretty quick, and I kind of liked the way it turned out. But at the end of the episode, there was still a little bit left that I had to do on it, so I went ahead and did it off camera. One of those things is I filled in the wool in the center of the flame area, so where we left it last time, when you were coming up the stairs, you could technically see the grass down there. This like smoke, poofy cloud area was all hollow, so in the top you could see through the glass down to the dirt and grass below. So I just went in there and filled in with wool blocks, so now you can't see down there. Minor, but it was pretty important in my opinion. Also, a couple of the server guys told me that it was a little difficult to find the way into the shop, which I guess I could understand. So I put in this entranceway, so a little bit of a patio kind of slab leading up to the arch, which is kind of shaped like a little mini rocket. At least that's what I was going for. And then a sign, Scoozy's Buy and Fly, follow the quartz. So that should be pretty obvious now. You just follow the quartz blocks all the way up to the top. And around here, I put quartz blocks in amongst the flame so that you don't have to hop on the glass, and it looks okay. Like it's not too, I'm gonna die here. Yep. Yeah, it's not terrible. Like it's noticeable, but it doesn't take away from the flames too much. And also, this is the back area of the shopping district, so most people will be seeing it from this side. So yeah, I figured that was okay. And if anybody's like really against this and thinks it's a terrible idea, let me know, and I can always take them out. That's the beauty of this game. So inside here we got all of our named chests or named items in frames. 2 stacks of flight duration 3 for a diamond, 3 stacks for duration 2, and 6 stacks for duration 1. And I have made some sales. These chests were full. Let's see here, yeah. But I made these 5 diamonds here, and yeah. By the way, I put the ender chest there. Instead of putting it on the same side as the elytra chest, and that just kind of balances out the room, and then a staircase on the 4th wall, so that's all done in there. Also, everyone was super nice in not telling me that my stripe pattern was off. So when I finished this first time, this white one here was off, so this is tricky to point out while moving. So basically, the red one below it was too short, and the red one above it was too tall, because right around here there was an error. So I went ahead and fixed that, and now all my stripes are the same. Oh, jeez. I gotta be careful, or I'm gonna die. All my stripes are the same width, and it's looking great. So I'm just gonna sleep real quick. I don't know whose bed this is, but thanks for having it here. Yeah, so I worked on that. And I also did a little bit of work on some community projects, but I'm not entirely sure what I'm allowed to show on these and what I'm not. Do I have any more rockets on me? I do. So basically, I will go in and show you what I've worked on, but I can't give you too many details yet about what they're for. I don't want to spoil anything that I'm not supposed to. That's just not a cool thing to do. So coming here into the newly styled Nether Hub that I think I showed you last episode, but this was Foix and C-Dub's work. And they did a fantastic job, if you ask me. And coming down through here is the temporary passageway to one of the community projects. So this project here is going to be, I think, like a season-long project that everybody can take part in. And again, I don't want to spoil what it's about, but I do want to just show you the storage house that I built for the community build. So it's a nice little stout, sturdy-looking building. I got these flags, these banners that I created. And again, I don't know, those may be temporary. I just thought that the front of the building needed some banners, and so I made those ones, and I think they look kind of cool. But yeah, this is it. And basically all this is functioning as a storage, crafting, smelting area for the project, and it's a place where we can keep all of our excess stone that we can use for when we start the build down here. And I also have put a little bit of TNT here to make the digging go a little faster. So that's kind of cool. And I also helped with another community project over in the community farms area. But realistically, AZ did the bulk of the work on that one, so I'm going to let him showcase it in his video. I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but it was a huge farm that he did most of the work on, and I just came and pitched in a little bit of help at the end. So yeah, be sure to check out his channel and watch for that video when it comes out, and then you can see the project that we worked on over there. But now, yeah, I have to go to the mining desert to show you what I'm working on today. It's a long trip, so I'm going to do it off camera, and then I will bring you back. So here we are in our mining desert, and I have this giant hole that I've been working on. Yeah, it's interesting. It's out here in the middle of the desert because it is going to be a squid farm, and I know I've just built one of those in my previous series, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking to you about the squid farm or how it works, but I did want to show you that this is what's been occupying my time, taking out this giant pit. I'm going to make a big one, and I think on top I'm going to pile another farm just because if someone's going to AFK here for ink sacs, we may as well be producing something else as well. So I think I might do a cactus farm on the surface, because obviously the squid farm can only go until I think it's 62. So it would be like this level here is the top of the squid farm, and then I'll have all this other room on top, and I could put like a little cactus farm, maybe auto smelting. But one thing that I did find when I was down here that I didn't even know was a thing, but many of you probably did, are fossils. So I'm digging, and all of a sudden I see a bone block, and I thought, uh-oh, did I just, like in the middle of this random desert, come across somebody's build and I'm griefing it now? But no, there are fossils in Minecraft, if you didn't know. And they have like a fairly small chance of spawning in a chunk in the desert, but every chunk has a chance, so they're actually probably not too uncommon. I've just never came across one myself. So there's a few blocks missing. I was doing some work down here with TNT and stuff, so this isn't the shape it was originally. There's probably another block here and here. And they also spawn coal ore inside them too, which is kind of neat because coal is created from dinosaurs, right? So I guess plant matter too, but anyways, I thought that was neat, so I just left it there so I could show you. And I also came across a mine shaft, and this one is actually pretty extensive. Did I even go this way? I don't even think I went this way. Oh, okay, it just ends there. But yeah, I went around exploring this the other day when I found it. Oh, having some server issues. There we go. Yeah, I went around here the other day when I first came across it, and I spent a good hour running through mine shafts, grabbing stuff from chests and lighting things up, and I didn't finish. But anyways, they're not going to affect the spawning rates of the squid here, but they will affect the spawning rates of any other mob farm on the server. So if I didn't light it up, then when people are AFKing here, it's being counterproductive. So yeah, I just like I said, spent about an hour trying to find all the tunnels and offshoots and everything, but I got most of them, I'm pretty sure. So this is what I'm going to continue working on today, and then when I get bored and need a little bit of a break from digging and blasting, the other thing that we need to do is it's soon time to get the community iron farms built. Oh, because everybody needs iron. We all need it really bad, and an iron farm is the way to go. And so I think the plan for us are to build some simple iron farms. They're not going to be like a giant like Iron Titan or like any of those shifting village iron farms like the one Cub Fan's building. I think we're going to do something a little more simplistic, quicker to bang out, and we're just going to build a bunch of them. Like I think like maybe 10 or a dozen. I'm not sure exactly. But basically they're going to be out on the spawn chunks, which is all ocean. And then Yeah, they should produce quite a bit of iron for us. So I think what I'll do when I need a little bit of break from digging is head over to the villager breeder that we built with Mr. Metz, pull a couple villagers out, and transport them to the island at spawn. Because once you have the first couple villagers, building the rest of the farms and breeding them up and everything isn't too difficult. But you know, sometimes moving villagers, especially through nether portals and stuff, can be kind of a pain. So I figured I'd take care of that today, and then when it comes time to build, we should be all set. So yeah, this episode will be split somewhat between the squid farm and building kind of like a rudimentary villager breeder out at spawn. So yeah, I'm gonna get some stuff together, and when I'm all ready to go, I'll bring you back and we'll start today's episode. Okay, so for me now, this is the next day, and I said I was going to spend yesterday between the squid farm and building a villager breeder at spawn, but I did not split my time. I worked only on the villager breeder, and it took me way longer than I'd like to admit, but I thought about it afterwards, and I think this is the reason why. So I came over here, and I figured, okay, I got to get a bunch of villagers out of this system, and the old one we had pushing the minecart into the corner worked sometimes, but it wasn't super reliable. So I took some time and I fixed this all. So now it works really good. It automatically picks them up, and any of the villagers here that you decide you don't want, like, oh, stupid cleric, boop, they go on and die as normal, but instead of their carts coming back to this chest, they are actually fed right back into this dispenser that's connected to this button. So this chest here now you can use to add new carts. Like as you fill up your hallway here, you're going to need new carts for new villagers. So that's where you can add them. And other than that, it's just self-loading. So that's pretty cool. So after I took some time and did that, it made my job easier. But I still had to transport them by rail. Oh my god, I can't use doors today. Are you serious? There we go. So I had a hole in the wall there, and I was transporting them by rail up here into the cave that the portal's in, and then you have to make them a transfer out of the minecart, get them through the portal. And I'm just gonna give you a quick tour of what this took, so that you can understand why I spent a whole day on it. And then here you got to get them back on a minecart, and I built a staircase up there. But we're gonna go this way because I took all my mess away with me, so that I left no trace behind. Yeah, so up here, and then up this staircase. And meanwhile, we were getting shot at by ghasts. This is a fairly ghast-heavy area at times. Yeah, and then down this hallway here. Mr. Metz lives a little bit outside of the residential district, so it's not like too far of a trip through the nether, but it's far enough. Yeah, so once we get past this wall here, we are back in the nether hub, and I stashed a couple villagers aside here for a project that I'm going to be working on later. That way half the battle's done there. Yeah, so through here, through the nether hub, down this tunnel. So you can see this is quite a distance, and you pretty much have to travel with them to make sure they make it all the way, because if they bump anything on the way, they're coming back at you, and sending multiple at a time can sometimes work, but usually it ends up causing you more work than it saves you time. So up here, and then I have to get them out of the minecarts and through another portal. And then this is here at our spawn island. I got them on this track and up into the breeder. And once I had a few up there, I think I brought like maybe 4, and no, 5. There was the dude up there too, the census guy. And then after that, I just connected the output from the breeder back into the loop, and then loaded up all the cells. And anybody who's dealt with villagers knows that they can be a little finicky sometimes, and trying to get them to breed and whatnot can be a pain in the butt. But a couple of them, these cells here, you can see one of the babies they had did not fall down, and therefore they're now groups of 3. We don't judge here. However you choose to love is the way you choose to love. Yeah, Yeah, so this is a fairly simple design. It basically pins them here, and when you feed them, you throw the food down on this fence post, and they pick it up. I've also had luck throwing them on these cobble fences, and then the babies fall down here. Oh, that's extra. Fall down here, get washed down into that single collection area up there. And our max entity cramming on this server, I believe, is set to 50, so yeah, there's no problem letting them build up down there for a while. And now all we have to do, once I'm done coming up here frequently, I'll take down this staircase, and then this train track, or rail track, whatever you want to call it, they will just go off to each of the individual iron farms as we build them. And then this is the same system that I did over at Mr. Met's house, which I think is a unary bit design, if I'm not mistaken. But basically you hit the button, the dispenser shoots the minecart out, it goes up through here to this powered rail through the magic of Minecraft physics, and while doing that it'll nab one of these villagers and then pop them out the output. So I'd show you, but I don't have anywhere to bring them right now, so I'm just storing them in there. But basically all I'm working on now is trying to get these guys to breed as much as possible to build up our supply of villagers, because I think we're going to need 10 per iron farm. I think you need 10 villagers and 20 doors or something like that before they'll start spawning in iron golems. So if we're planning on building 10 or 12, we're going to need like almost 120 villagers. So yeah, I'm going to have to let this go for a little while. But yeah, I was going to put in kind of like a water stream surrounding these guys. Oh, I can't jump today. It's because I can't sprint because I'm hungry. Yeah, the water stream here so that you can dump food in one end and it just kind of rotates around. But I figured even if I put glass over top of their heads, I figured that the items would get stuck in these fence sections as it's going across in the water. So I built this in a test world to try it out, and I'm glad I did, because as soon as I put water in the water stream, oh good, in the water stream, it basically touched the heads of the villagers, and they swam up through the glass and were all free. And let me tell you, the amount of time it took me yesterday to get all these guys in here, if I had started my day today by pouring one bucket of water and freeing them all, I don't know. I would have been really, really upset, I think. Yeah, they lifted, like literally lifted up through the glass, and then they were all free in the creative test world. So, yeah, I guess I will just continue to feed these guys by hand, which is a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I don't know. It's not the worst thing I've ever done. Sometimes it's tricky to get it just down there. There we go. They'll pick those up. Like that. And one bonus of this is when they decide that they want to try to share their bread back and forth, any that falls down is going to end up with the villagers that are down in the storage area. And those villagers will also breed. I think they might be just close enough to this guy to get the signal to breed, and so we might actually be multiplying them down there in that chamber, which is good. So yeah, this doesn't look like a whole lot, but it definitely represents a solid 10 hours of work or so. But yeah, this is now basically at its completion. I'm just going to spend time throughout the day hanging out here, letting them do their thing, and also feeding them and whatnot so that they can continue breeding and we can get the numbers up. And then I will also be over digging away at the squid farm, trying to get that thing finished up. So yeah, just a little bit of a progress update. It's been a day for me, a few seconds for you. Welcome to the magic of YouTube. after a bunch of blasting and some digging, I got the hole dug completely out for the squid farm. But yeah, I'm running a little low on time, both for in the video and because this video is actually going to go up late. But the villagers really took a lot longer than I expected, so that's my fault. I probably should have anticipated that was going to take a long time. Yeah, hole is dug, so probably in between episodes. Thought I heard something behind me. In between episodes, I'll clean up the edges and build the actual squid farm itself, and then you don't need to really see that, but next episode when we come back, we'll work on the structure above it that will actually be kind of like the decoration for the farm, and also will house, hopefully, our cactus farm. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you've ever struggled with villagers yourself, and you'd like to show me a little bit of support, go on and give me a like or comment down below and tell me stories about your villager experiences. They sure can be fun, right? Anyways, that's going to do it for me today. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Make sure you check out everybody else's videos on the server. All the Prime Crafters are now putting up videos pretty much, and there's some real quality videos there. I've enjoyed watching them, and I think you probably will too. So go down, check them out. The links will be in my description. And until next time, this is Scoozy saying peace!